Hey guys, welcome to day 43 of my carnivore journey. And I have a lot to cover because this is almost my midway point, and because today is a weigh-in, it's really like a midday or like a midpoint check-in, even though in 2 more days on Wednesday is the technical. So I've got a lot to cover. So one of the videos that my good friend Rick, guys, if you don't know Rick Van Man, go check him out. He's got some amazing stuff. He does some amazing voiceover work as well. He's got a great English voice. Sounds amazing on his videos. Soothing. Love it. Anyways, guys, but he's on the journey and he's like 3 days ahead of me. Like, he releases like day 45 like today, and I'm releasing day 43, but he actually is on, I think, day 46 technically, but the way he does his editing, and he's in UK, you get it. Anyways, he's like 3 days ahead. Well, he shouted me out on his channel. He kind of took my idea of making these big burgers out of stuff, and so it sounded like he liked them. He made some ribeye burgers. But he has, what I would say too is you definitely want to go check out his day 45, because he took actually a lot more stats at the beginning than I did. He took measurements and blood pressure stuff, and he's comparing it with his stuff on day 45, and it's not too bad. I think he's a little hard on himself sometimes. Like he's trying to unlock the super mystery, but he's done the carnivore diet. He's had a few dirty moments just like me. But spoiler alert, we lost the same weight. Okay, I will at least tell you that. So there you go, a little spoiler. So but I just wanted to shout out Rick because he's a good guy, and he's trying to get through this, and it's really cool because he also gets into some of the things that I would like to, but he goes and gets the little gadgets. He's making his own deli meat. He's making carnivore crisps. So, not to sound like a commercial for his channel, but guys, if you're not part of his channel, follow him also. I'm telling you, he's a great guy. But also, Rick, don't be hard on yourself, buddy. You're doing great. Trust me. That's why I commented on your 45 thing when you were talking about your weight. Hey, you lost 21 pounds. Well, guess what? I did my weigh-in today. So here you guys go. And you can see here I stepped on the scale and 294.3. So I am officially down close to the midway point, 21.1 pounds since I started. Okay. And for you overseas folks, I'm not going to convert it to stones. So, sorry. I know I might look I think I look a little rough today. I don't know. I am pretty tired today. I'm going to be honest with you. I want to talk about that, actually. I got a lot to cover, so I'm going to try to be as quick as I can. Sleep-wise, but I did shave. I did decide to shave in the shower this morning. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and shave. And then I need a haircut. I really need a haircut. My hair is just, I don't like a lot of this side hair, especially. The length up top, I don't mind too much, but it's the side hair. I just don't, I don't know. My wife likes it, but I always cut my sides a little shorter and then I let it grow out a little bit, but I need a haircut as well. So I get it, Rick. He was complaining about a haircut too. We're like on this very similar parallel paths. It's crazy. But anyways, my sleep. So with carnivore, you reach a stage after a few weeks where when you fall asleep, it's a very deep sleep, and you actually will start dreaming more again. It's really nice. There's also a little bit of false sense of security. And what I mean by that is I'll go and I'll have these days of where I'm like sleeping only 4-5 hours. 4, sometimes 3. I'm getting like really small amounts, but they're very deep. So, and I still have this energy from carnivore. Well, eventually it does start to catch up with you. And right now it's sort of catching up with me. So So yeah, I'm just tired today. I mean, I went to work and I could do what I needed to do at work. I wasn't like lethargic in that sense, but just tired. I'm just ready to get more sleep than what I've been getting. I need to catch up a little bit of sleep. And I know that Carnivore will help me on this. Now, one of the problems is I haven't been able to fall asleep. So lately, okay, let me just put it like this. Before I started Carnivore, I could at least fall asleep. Now, granted, I had that sort of fog and sugar and achiness, and I didn't always feel good. But the thing about sugar and carbs is even if I drank an energy drink or caffeine right before bed, that lifestyle of sugar and carbs and just feeling whatever, I could just pass out. I could just like, oh, I'm tired. And I just pass out, you know? But now that I'm in tune with my body and I don't have sugar, I don't have carbs, and I feel everything in my body, I'm connected with my body. Now when I have caffeine, and if I have it late at night, which I've been doing because I work a second job. So if I have late night coffee, which a lot of times I won't finish my coffee until 12, 1 o'clock. Then last night I was drinking coffee or whatever till like 4 in the morning. So like the one cup that I have in like the fancy, not really fancy, but you know, where it's like the insulated, and this thing will last a really long time warm. That was my first sip. So what does this mean? This means that I'm going to stop drinking coffee late into the evenings. I'm going to start cutting myself off from coffee probably by like 11 o'clock, maybe at the latest. Give myself a few hours for that caffeine to kind of wear down. But I'm going to start trying to wean back the coffee times. And if I get to like a late night, like tonight is 9:45 my time, and I'm just now starting my coffee, well, if it gets late in the future, I just may not have coffee. But I hate saying need, but I really would like some coffee today because I have to work, unfortunately, and I'm tired. I really am tired. So unfortunately, I do need the caffeine. I just don't want to stretch it out to late. So anyways, that's what I've noticed about my sleep. I really think it's because I keep having these late night caffeines, and now that I'm in tune with my body, guess what? I feel the effects differently and my body stays awake. And because I could almost tell last night when I was laying there and I had drank coffee up to like almost the last minute. And when I went to lay down, I could tell my heartbeat was kind of beating a little bit more. I could just feel the caffeine. And I'm like, son of a bitch, that's what it is. All right. Morning hunger. Okay, I want to cover this. This is something I mentioned it before, but I'm fairly consistently hungry in the mornings. Now, I'm going to caution you before you guys start going in the comments like, you're not eating enough, Josh. Look, I'm eating until I'm full, okay? Sometimes a pound of meat, sometimes 3/4 pound of meat, some eggs, bacon, whatever. Like, I'm eating, okay? I am. But I'm just going to say this. For me, this is just for me. For me, I am getting up in the mornings and I'm feeling that hunger and I'm sort of ignoring it. And maybe I'll just get up, drink a little bit of water or something. And I just go about my day and it will subside rather quickly. And then I'm good to go. See, that's the thing. I'm not really hungry the rest of the day or until later in the afternoon toward the evening. It's just something about the morning time when I first wake up. And then once I let it pass, I'm good. And I'm just like all the carnivores say. I'm like solid. I don't really need anything. I don't have any problems. But for me, I've been experiencing morning hunger. Now today, halfway through the day, I ended up not really halfway through. I think it was like 3-4 o'clock. I decided to break my fast and have a beef steak. And since I had nothing handy, I actually got hungry all of a sudden. I was like, hey, I'm actually pretty hungry. So listening to my body, I was at the gas station and I had a meat stick the Fatty 3.0. So, and I'm just showing you guys what it looks like. This is beef made from grass-fed. This is grass-fed beef stick. Now, there is a gram of sugar in there, but I would rather have just like 1 gram of sugar and have beef from a grass-fed cow. Like, to me, this is a good alternative for an emergency. And I'm not saying it was like emergency hunger, like I wasn't gonna die, but I was pretty hungry, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get a beef stick or something, because I don't really have time to go to the store and try to go find some suitable snack. And so I did that. And those Fatty 3.0s, I was having those toward the beginning of my stuff, and I haven't had any problems. Dinner. Ended up having enchiladas again. As you can see, had enchiladas. And this time, the only thing I did different is I didn't put pork rind crumbs on the top like I did before, or like underneath the cheese. This time, I actually just did the enchilada meat with some cheese. And it's just a small handful of cheese. I just spread it around like a thin layer. And then I did pork rinds. So I had like a dozen. Like, I didn't eat every bite with a pork rind, but it became like a chip kind of thing. It was almost like eating little mini tacos. And I mean, it was really good. So that's what I had for dinner, was enchilada type meat with pork rinds. Okay, so some people, there's been a lot of talk about dairy. So I've got a splash of heavy cream in my coffee. That's my typical heavy cream. Now, some of you guys have noticed that, like these enchilada nights, I've made like an enchilada sauce out of like a heavy cream base, so to speak. It's not a lot of heavy cream, but again, it's still heavy cream. Here's my thoughts on dairy. I feel like if you want to be clean, like a clean BBBE, like a level 3 carnivore, hey, do that. BBBE, salt, maybe a few spices or something. But dairy, if you want to work that in every once in a while, that's fine if your body can handle it, but don't do it much back to back. Now, tonight I made an exception for sort of a heavy cream meal because we had so much enchiladas left over. That's what my wife wanted. My wife and son wanted enchiladas again, so they got enchiladas again, and so did I. It just helps too. But like I said, dairy is just going to depend on yourself. I don't consider butter dairy. I think butter is like that fat. I mean, I know it comes from the dairy and stuff, the heavy cream, but I feel like just remove the butter. If we're talking like cheese and heavy cream, sour cream, Greek yogurt, those things have in moderation every once in a while when you've gone solid BB&E or whatever, BBBE, whatever. And then every once in a while add it and see how you feel. But don't do it a whole lot. Don't do it every day. That's my opinion. You do what you want. If you do it every day, you're still within carnivore. Food fatigue. Food fatigue. This is kind of what I was talking about when Rick made the burgers. Like when he was referring to, like, when Josh was talking about the burgers. Like, this diet has a limited menu. Some people say, well, it's a restricted diet. But Dr. Berry makes a good point when he says, what's more restrictive? Is it when your health is horrible and you have all these medications and you can't do things? You got blood medications, all these things that you can't do. That's a restrictive lifestyle because of your health. So, a lot of people gladly trade in those medications for eating a limited menu. I say limited. But at the same time, you can still do certain tricks to change the palate, to change what you eat every day. If you have ground beef a few days in a row, just like today, I had that enchiladas a few days in a row, then maybe tomorrow I'm going to try a different texture. I might do like an omelet that's got a little bit of meat. I might go more heavy egg. Now, some people aren't doing the eggs right now, but you might go steak. you might mix it up. You want to change up your profiles a little bit, just so that way, even though it's still meat, it's just a different texture. Okay, and this is going to help keep your food fatigue down to a minimal. You can be creative. There's a ton of recipes out there that are very, very basic. And the biggest thing is I've got a video from Dr. Barry. If you are confused, so to speak, if you're just kind of like, if you need that clarity about what to do, and you know, and maybe you have a spouse that's not quite on board, or maybe they're confused, watch this video together, or you yourself watch this video. I'm gonna post it. It's a good video where he really, again, starts clarifying some things and will walk you through some stuff. So I'll put the link down below. Go check it out. It's a really good video. Also, I want to talk about rough carnivore starts. This is the new carnivore month, so I'm getting a lot of people that's been off to a rough start. Okay, so some of you in the comments, you know who you are. Some of you, a few of you, not just one, but a few of you are off to some rough starts. Listen, it's okay. Trust me. It's, you know, you don't have to be perfect. The great thing is that the fact that you're trying, and you're trying this new thing. I tell people all the time, you should try to do 90 days. Go for that 90-day mark so you can truly judge. Because I can tell you, if I had to do 30 days carnivore, I would have a pretty good idea. Like, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I feel better and this and that. But I got to tell you, now that I'm really getting into what, week 6, or ending, like getting through week 6 weeks of it now, or whatever it is, you know, I can definitely feel even more differences over the last few weeks past the 30-day mark. Do you see what I'm saying? So I really can't wait to see how we talk about this in a couple more 6 weeks on day 90. I can't wait to find out what I'm saying about how I feel and things like that. But I really think you should go carnivore for 90 days. Now, that brings me to one more thing. So a lot of you share advice. A lot of you want advice. There's a good mixture of you guys out there. I would say there's a couple things I'm going to leave you with one thing. One is the carnivore journey. You have to decide what you want from it, because the carnivore levels, there's really like 4 levels. Your entry level, which is like level 1, right? That's going to be like your ketovore. This is going to be where you're eating mostly animal products. You're not going to be buying like the keto cupcakes and all that crap at the store. That's all fake crap anyways. You don't even want to do that when you're on keto. But ketovore is more of like when you're pretty much carnivore, but you're doing a lot of spices, condiments, sugar-free ketchup still. So you're still taking in a small amount of carbs, like a micro amount of carbs, maybe just a couple of carbs or whatever. So that's why it's ketovore, not just carnivore. But that's really your first level, okay? Your second level is when you get to that beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and dairy. Now, I'm not counting the butter. Okay, I know technically it's dairy. But beef, butter, bacon, and eggs, and the extra dairy, right? Heavy cream and, you know, sour cream and all that stuff. That's level 2. Salt, and you still can do spices and even like things like hot sauce. This is like level 2, kind of dirty, right? When you have the spices and stuff like that. And remember, I'm not counting drinks. I'm not counting coffee. But always on all the levels, you're allowed, in my opinion, you're allowed to drink water, unsweet tea, unsweet coffee, or, you know, yeah, but black coffee and, water, tea, coffee, unsweet, and green tea, I think was the 4th. About those 4 things is really all you want to stick with. Then level 3 is when you take away the dairy and your beef, butter, bacon, and eggs and salt. And if you dirty it, like that's the pure version. Like each level has the pure version, but dirtying it means you're going to, like, maybe you'll add garlic and onion. You're going to, or add some herbs and spices. That's kind of like your dirty stuff. So beef, butter, bacon, eggs, that's your level 3. So I recommend most people, it's like, hey, you should start out level 3. You should. Now you can ease into it. If you're really bad and you're just like, you just want to dip your toes in the water, then hey, even Carnivore is a step in the right direction. Okay. You could do 2 weeks Carnivore, 2 weeks, level 2, 2 weeks level 3. Now, level 4 is the ultimate carnivore. This is the lion diet. This is when it's meat, salt, and water. Now, maybe you can add a few spices in there, but if you're pretty much at level 4, most level 4s are probably going to be fairly pure. They're just pretty much going to have meat, salt, and water. And they're probably the type of people that don't need to worry too much about food fatigue. They're the kind of people that can just eat the same things every day for the rest of their life. I had a friend that was like that. I can't seem to do that. I tried to be like, hey, I'm gonna have this amazing ground beef and these eggs and the bacon and butter every day. Sounds great. Beef, butter, bacon, and eggs every day. I just can't do that. So I have to vary it up. But you can still stay pretty pure. So I bounce back and forth. There's some days I am a level 2, or there's some days like today was level 2. There's some days I'm level 3. And I am pure to my beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. So I kind of bounce back and forth. I try not to ever go down to Carnivore and make those type of exceptions. I try to still keep as minimal carbs as possible. So I know this video is starting to get long, but I just really wanted to cover all these topics with you tonight. I just think it's really important that you guys understand that. But, guys, no matter what you do, remember, as long as you stay within that carnivore lane, there's really no true right or way or wrong way. Just, eat till you're full. Eat the meat until you're full. That's it. Eat meat until you're full. If it's salty, cut back on the salt a little bit. If it needs salt, add salt. Don't worry about, your taste buds will tell you. If it's too salty, guess what? You put too much salt. But if you're eating stuff and you're like, oh, I wonder what my sodium is. I wonder what this is. Stop. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Okay? Don't. Your taste buds will tell you. When you're full, you're done. If it's salty, cut back. If it's not salty enough, add salt. Don't stress about it. It'll work out. Trust me. But guys, you guys have been amazing, amazing messages. A lot of love sent my way and my wife's way. Thank you for all the birthday wishes again for her. That was so cool of you guys to really do that. And she was really impressed by that. So she wanted me to tell you guys thank you as well. That really meant a lot from her to come from my community and to say that, to say happy birthday. I think she may have even gotten more happy birthday wishes on this daily vlog, on my diet vlog, than she did on her stuff. So I don't know, but in any case, guys, keep it up, and remember, wait, what do I say now? I'm trying to remember now, because I got that. I've been telling everybody this in the comments now a lot. Keep it up and stay strong. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, day 44.